Hey, it's me, Bria, coming back at you with another helpful voice video. A lot of people be writing to me saying things like, "Dear Bria, I would like to have a more consistent voice. I feel like some days my voice just doesn't sound how I want it to, or my voice changes throughout the day. It's really hard to get my voice consistent. What do?" Well, that is a very common problem. We all deal with it. Like I guess I always say, it's not a platitude. It's real. This is a common problem. Everybody deals with it. And the truth is, everybody's got good and bad days. You're going to have days where like your voice just it's not up to what you want it to be. I've got days where my voice isn't what I want it to be. It can be dependent on like the weather, the humidity and temperature and all that stuff. That affects your voice totally. Pollen, that affects your voice. You maybe got some goo in there. You've been smoking too much. Have you been yelling a lot lately? Just talking a lot will affect your voice. Drinking, that ain't good for your voice. There's all kinds of stuff. Who knows what you've been doing? Your voice isn't always going to be exactly the same, so don't sweat it. Second, throughout the day, your voice will vary. If you're really tired, like by the end of the long day, like my voice is like going to be like down here and I'm just like, not really phoning it in and I'm just kind of like, talking down here. And like, that's okay. It's not like my best voice. It's not my favorite voice, but it works. And there's some things I'll talk about why I'm able to keep it where I want it to be, even after a long day where I'm really tired. But the point is that throughout the day, I'm not even my best. So what do? How do you make your voice more consistent? How do you do your very best, even if you recognize that it can't always be your best? Well, I recommend that you start each day with a 10-minute voice warm-up, perhaps not unlike my recent video I released. Just do a little warm-up. If you don't have time for like a proper full training of like an hour or whatever, you could do a little warm-up. It's going to help you. I do a lot of voiceover work these days, and so I'm doing a vocal warm-up every single day because I want my voice to sound good. I want it to sound the way I want it to sound. If you want your voice to sound the way you want it to sound, then you can set yourself up, get into the zone, get into a sense in your body. You'll feel what it feels like in your body to make the voice you want to make. And if you have an intuitive understanding of that feeling in your body, then you're going to automatically be doing it. You'll be following those feelings. You'll just know it. It'll be in you. So practice it. Warm up. Get into that mind space. Get into that body space. Get yourself primed for the voice that you want to have that day. So, at the end of a long day, I get tired. And my voice maybe starts to droop down here.
But it never goes down here into the chest where it's heavy and booming.
A lot of our voice training, it's basically just trying to keep your voice out of that heavy booming zone and ideally have it up in your head, which we'll get to in a minute. But at the very least, you're going to catch it down here. If your voice is dripping down, if your voice is just not up to par, don't sweat it. If you've learned how to catch it, if you've created a floor for your voice in your throat using Vocal Fry, then you're going to catch your voice. Even if you go down, you're going to catch it here. So that's where your grudge ghost or your creaky door or your buzzing voice, your pinchy voice, any of those skills that I've done in lots of videos, practice that and practice finishing, like, yeah, that kind of thing. That's going to teach you to have a floor that's going to catch your voice without it going down into your chest. However, be aware of sounds that you make that have a tendency to pull your voice down. We call these anchors. They're pulling you down into your chest. Certain sounds, certain words, certain phrases even, they're going to be harder for you. They're going to be harder for different people. And so when you hear yourself make a sound that you don't like, think about it. Okay, why was that? What did it do? Did it pull me down into my chest? Okay, let's practice it. Like, in my stock Harvard sentences that I have people practice, I always practice, the birch canoe slid on the smooth planks. And for a long time, planks, that final word, It was a hard word for me. That ank sound was kind of hard. So I would just practice it. The birch canoe slid on the smooth planks. Planks, 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 planks. I'm going higher in pitch. I'm bringing it up into my nose more. And I'm getting it out of this heavy, low spot. And so any sound you hear, if you make it, you don't like it, work on it. Get it out of the chest, bring it up into the head. And that's the next point. Get up in your head. You don't want to be down here. You don't even want to be down here. A lot of the time you want to be up here in your nose. A lot of our voice training is getting the voice up into the head to shrink it down. So if you focus on just finding an opportunity. Say, oh wait, you're finding your voice is drooping down. It ain't working. Yeah, sure, you can catch it down here, but you don't want it down here. You want to bring it up here. So what I do is I try to find some natural spot in the conversation, some sound or some word I'm going to be saying or making anyways, and then use that as an opportunity to go up into your nose, into my nose, into my head. It'd be like, or yeah, or or oh, something, some little natural moment in the conversation that's just gonna bring it back up into my head. And now I'm not down here. I'm up here now. Even at the end of a long day, even when I'm tired, I can do that. Just, and then I can keep on talking and I'm up here again and I'm not down here anymore. Yeah? Okay. So another useful one that honestly, it really helps early on, but I still do it to this day, is getting into key. You're not going to be able to do this all the time in every conversation unless you're talking with very cool and understanding friends, which you should be. We all deserve to have good, cool friends that let us practice our voices in conversation. But say you need to say something and you're not fully confident in it, or you want your voice, you just really want your voice to be like at that level, get into key. Before you say something, just go, in like a breathy voice. And now I'm up here. I'm up here now. I'm talking up here now. I've got myself primed to be up high, much like doing a warm-up at the beginning of the day to get yourself into that voice mode for the day. If I do a little thing, right before I speak, it helps me be in that mode. I'm up high more. I'm just priming myself. Get into key. It helps a lot at the beginning. I did this a lot at the beginning of my training, and you don't have to do it as much as you get more used to it. But like I said, I still do it to this day. If I got to record something, I'm doing a voice video, I'm doing a voiceover, I'm doing something, heck yeah, I'm getting into key before that. I want my voice to sound the best it can. I want my voice to sound exactly how I want it to sound. So I'm going to get myself there, and I'm going to get into that vibe, and I'm going to feel it in my body, and I'm going to understand what I'm doing. The next one I would say is to vary your voice. There's nothing wrong with varying your voice. I don't know if you've heard women, but women, they tend to vary their voice around. They go up and down and all around, and women, we're expected by this crappy society to take care of other people's feelings. When we're talking to people, we're kind of expected to like be entertaining and expressive and like take people for a little ride, hold their hand through our story and like, emphasize things with pitch so that people know what part's important and they can just take you on a little ride, tell you a little story, yeah? Whereas men are just not really expected to do anything, and they just talk in a very monotone tone. Because all they have to do is convey some base information, and they don't even really have to explain themselves most of the time. They can just get away with talking like this, and there's no problem there. It's asymmetry, it's sexism, whatever. You want to pass as a cis girl, you want to sound like all the other cis girls, vary your voice. It's fun, first of all. It's expressive. You get a chance to express yourself through your voice, which is way more interesting than just being a monotone talking the same way all the time. And also, it gives you an opportunity to move around. Oh, your voice comes down here sometimes. Well, I can go up here and talk more. And the more I play and move around and do all kinds of different things with my voice, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Voices aren't exactly consistent in real life. Unless you want to be a dude, you can talk like this and be completely monotone and consistent all the time. I suppose you could talk like that, but I don't really know why you'd want to talk like that. You know what I mean? So consistency, yeah, we want it. But also, yeah, we don't want it as much. It's okay. Wiggle room is important. A lot in life is about having somewhere to go. In martial arts, if you lock out your arm completely, that's a no-no. Somebody gets that arm, that's theirs now. You've got nowhere to go. You leave a little bit of wiggle room, just a little bend, just a little. Now you got room to maneuver. You can escape. Same in voice. This last one, nobody wants to hear it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry I have to give you this news. But the best way to train your consistency in your voice is to train your stamina. You need to be able to speak for longer. Part of why your voice is inconsistent is because you're getting tired. You are not strong enough to speak at the level you want to be speaking for as long as you apparently are speaking in your day-to-day life. So you're going to have to get stronger. That could mean just reading out loud in your voice long passages. Go on Wikipedia, pick up a book, find a paragraph, read a whole entire paragraph, read a whole page, read out loud. That's going to develop your ability to just speak in your voice for a long period of time. You can also try holding exercises for longer. If you're doing your breathy sounds, you normally go, ah, for like 2 or 3 seconds. That's pretty good. That's decent. Why don't you try holding it for like 5 seconds? See if you can improve how long you can keep a sound consistent, just in that base, seconds. That is going to go a long way in your ability to speak at a higher level for a long period of time. You can also try speaking in long run-on sentences where you just keep on talking. You don't let yourself stop talking. You just have to keep on talking and describing things around you and just, be aware that you're running out of breath and you're going to run out of breath eventually, but you have to keep on talking. You have to learn how to ration your breath and you can't run out of breath. No, you got to keep on going and you got to learn how to stretch it out and you're going to squeeze your abdomen in. You're squeezing out the air. Oh my God, I'm running out of breath. What am I going to do? It's hard. It's a little scary, but it will train you to be able to make do with less. You're going to learn how to ration your air out. You're going to learn how to just keep squeezing that diaphragm, keep getting more air out of your lungs. It's going to help you perform under duress, under less than ideal circumstances. And related to that, I recommend that you try doing tongue twisters. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers, a peck of pickle peppers. Peter Piper picked a Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle peppers. Where's the peck of pickle peppers Peter Piper picked? Red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather. Doing tongue twisters helps you, one, you're speaking faster, which is hard, so you're going to be training your voice to perform at a high level under duress. And if you repeat them back to back like that, not only is that hard, like the tongue twister is hard to repeat, but you're doing it for a long time. It's going to give you that stamina, that breath control, breath management. Your vocal cords are working hard, going really fast, doing this difficult phrase for a long period of time. You better bet you're going to develop your stamina in your voice if you do that sort of thing. So yeah, do tongue twisters. Say hard stuff. Challenge your voice over a period of time. What is it? Energy is like mass times velocity or whatever that science crap is. Kung Fu translates to hard work and time spent, I'm told. Hard work, time spent. That's what it comes down to. How hard are you working? How long are you spending on it? If you increase the amount of time you spend on it or increase how hard you're working, either one of those is going to improve your abilities and is going to allow you to speak at the level you want to speak at for longer. Yeah? Okay. So those are my tips for improving your voice consistency. It is a struggle, I know, but I do believe you can get through it. Just keep training. Be consistent in your training and be consistent in being kind to yourself. Got to take care of yourself. You're not going to get anywhere if you're not kind. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, hit the like button. It does help me out, I swear. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I really love hearing from people. I really like getting a chance to respond to people's comments and just getting feedback on what people are needing help with or what is or isn't working for them really helps me out quite a bit. You should subscribe to the channel. If this is helping you out and you want to do voice training, subscribe, hit the notification button. You'll know when I'm doing videos. I'm putting out lots of new videos now. You better keep up to date with that because who knows what information you're missing out on. And if you really like what I'm doing and you really want to help me out, you can support me over on patreon.com/lifeofbria. Just sign up for a couple dollars a month. You get to see all the different stuff I'm working on in advance. You can join my Discord where you can hang out with me, you can chat with me, see what I'm working on. I'll give you feedback on your voice. I give people feedback on their voices every week. It could be a useful resource and you're helping out this cause. You can go read my comics, lifeofbria.com or Bria Comics on Facebook. And I don't know, I mention Twitter every time kind of disparagingly. I bet it's not even going to exist by the time this video comes out. Who knows? I don't care. Until next time, remember, be good, I love you, and I'll see you next week.